has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Okay, my voice is working now. So hey guys, today we're gonna play Darkest Dungeon. So I played this game when it was still early access, and I played it a little bit on my other computer and got pretty far. Now, what I'm gonna tell you guys is a little warning. You are going to see my dark side, because this game, even though you can do pretty well and it's really fun, it will fuck you so hard with like a spiny cactus in the ass. No Vaseline, I swear. It is frustrating. Sometimes you will... So, a little bit about this game is that you are like the ancestor of the guy in the beginning who just killed himself. And you're trying to take back your homestead, pretty much, and you're hiring dudes to go and defeat all the monsters that your ancestor unleashed. And when your dudes die in this game, they die forever. So you can send in your A team that's all leveled up and powerful, and they'll still get their asses whooped by a level 1 you know, dungeon. So it can be frustrating, and when I play frustrating games, I get kind of loud and I get kind of like cussy and mean. You can ask anybody. Jesus. So just a little warning, a little bit of backstory of the game. It's really fun, and if you haven't played it, I suggest you play it. I also have the DLC, what is it called? The Crimson Court. It is another little, like, a little bit more lore from the game. I think, from playing it a little bit before with the DLC by myself, it's sort of like sometimes your dudes can get infected and kind of become vampires sort of. But I'm not really, because you get the disease from like mosquitoes and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty like cool idea. So, I mean, they did pretty good on this game. So, without further ado, I'm gonna play it. And wish me luck, because this game is hard. I'm gonna play it on Radiant, because it's the easiest one. Like I told you guys, if I play a game, I usually play it on easy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I suck at video games, you know. But even on Radiant and easy, it's still... it is still a bitch. And it still makes me want to like cry sometimes. Alright, here we go. Let's put our name in. God bless it. Sorry guys, got a little bit of mess in my way. I gotta fix it real quick. Oop, I don't want that to get... Damn it. I got a lot of clutter, so bear with me. Okay, here we are.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
That was a nice little intro, so pretty much what this part is, it's a little, not introduction, like a tutorial to how combat and embarking on the dungeons works. So the caretaker is pretty much like the guy underneath you, I think, because I don't think it's really you. Like, they kind of try to make it seem that way, but it's not. He was like a completely different character. Somehow, he made it to Hamlet without getting hurt. I don't know how, but he looked like a crazy guy. He was the guy driving the stagecoach. So, I mean, maybe he figured out a way. He seemed pretty, you know, crazy in his own type of way. Usually crazy people can handle themselves pretty well. So with this, we're going to start off with 2 dudes. Usually we go through with 4 dudes, but it's just a little tutorial. It's not super duper hard. And I'm also going to tell you, when I play this, I have like a mini goal of trying to keep the first 2 guys I play with, trying to keep them alive. It's very hard. I'm going to tell you right now, it's really hard to keep them alive. But, I mean, on the last time I played, I kept him alive for a while, and then I lost one, and I was pissed off, but, it's okay. And then I kept my other one for a super long time. Like, I had him for a while, and then I thought I was ready to take on a boss. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready at all. And he sadly died. So, yeah, sucks. But you guys are about to see a little introduction into the first part, like one part of the gameplay. There's two parts of the gameplay. Really, it's managing your homestead and leveling up all your little things that you can do to help keep the stress of your dudes down, and like update their armor, get more dudes when your dudes die and stuff like that. You gotta kind of manage that. And then the second part of the gameplay is, of course, going through the dungeons and fighting and etc, etc. So, here we go. I already know all this stuff, but, you know, you gotta do the tutorial anyway.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead. Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Excuse me.
A faint hope blossoms.
Ugh. God bless it. Sorry, I'm trying to get myself comfortable here. It's not really working out too good. Yeah, I know. Just a trick inside.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Now that, you don't want to leave everything unchecked.
Ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by the narrator, you don't want to leave everything unchecked, because depending on what's there, you can end up hurting yourself and making yourself sick and all that other crap. It's some things you could definitely, like, you know, do, but other things I don't suggest. Like, you'll see. I'll probably go through a dungeon or something and show you guys what happens when you click on stuff and bad things happen, because either way, even I can't tell if bad things are gonna happen to me sometime, so damn it. And I got no bandages, but it's alright, it's almost over. Damn it, this guy's the worst. It takes forever for him to die. I really don't want to die on the tutorial. That would be horrible of me.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Yeah, when dudes die, they leave corpses and you have to get them out of the way in order to, like, strategically, like, kill them and shit. So, it's alright. This next move, I should be able to kill him. I'm just gonna do this really quickly, just so I don't skip a turn. He gets stressed. If you skip somebody's turn, they get stressed out. So, and that's another part of the game that you have to manage, is your dude's stress. You can't let them get too stressed out, or bad things happen. They can actually die from stress. If you get their stress all the way up, they'll die of a heart attack.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them.
Alright, see, I did it. Now we can go to Hamlet. Next. Okay, here's another part of the game. This is your character's quirks. And every character has some. It kind of like um, has to do with like their different buffs and debuffs and stuff like that, like Photomania. He gets minus 20 stress if the torch is above 75. So if you keep your torch above 75, it'll keep his stress down. But if he gets too stressed, 100% of the food is consumed if you get his stress above 50. So later on in the game, you'll be able to get rid of these things and stuff like that, and like make like these bad ones, like get rid of them, and then the good ones you can like kind of cement them and like let them keep that forever if it's a really good one. So let's go to town.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
So I kind of reckon like this dude that's like talking in the background of all this, like the narrator's like your ancestor or whatever, like his ghost talking to you. I mean, I'm not really sure, but it could be, because I mean, in the beginning it sounded a lot like he offed himself. But you never know. So this little
In
part...
time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
This little part right here is pretty much like the rewind of all of the, you know, what are they called? Cutscenes. So that is just like if you want to go back and look. I'm not gonna go back and look because there's no point. I don't know why anyone would want to. But whatever. It's there if you want to look at it. Let's see, what's this?
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
So this is a stagecoach. This is where you get your new dudes. I call them dudes because I don't really know what to call them. Oh, recruits, I guess. So we're just gonna grab these two because there's...
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Are you done? Okay. So this is where you get your recruits when recruits die or when you need new ones, because you're gonna need a constant flow of new dudes. You're gonna see when we get further on into this game. It is this game is like all about management and how you manage stuff. This is also where you upgrade. Now this is what you really need, but you have to upgrade certain stuff in order to get this. Like you have to I think it's the blacksmith that you have to upgrade, because what happens when you get experienced recruits is they will come fully experienced to the extent that you get, like, see, this is where you get all your level 1 recruits. This is where you get all your level 2s and 3s and 4s. So you're gonna need because all their stuff comes upgraded too. Like, you don't have to buy them new stuff, and this is really important in the end game, because if you're just grabbing level 0s and there's no more level 1 quests, then you're screwed. That's all there is to it. So yeah, so we're gonna try to keep this up. I think I'm gonna try, because I think that's kind of where I fucked up when I was playing before. I didn't really upgrade things properly, and I didn't save these things properly. These down here, the busts and the portraits and the deeds and the crests, this is how, because as you can see, it has a little number underneath of how many you need to upgrade it. This is where you get your upgrades from. You grab all this stuff when you're, you know, messing around in all the dungeons. So we're gonna upgrade these, of course.
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
Okay. And this is the
Most will
grave.
end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
I forget how much he talks. So this is the graveyard. This is where all of your dudes that have died will go. And you can see their names and how they died and everything like that right over here. It'll show you. And last time I played, I got a really cool thing where I could what's the word? I could bring one back to life. So that was pretty cool. I really liked that. But you can only bring one back. And I don't know if you can... if it happens multiple times during the game, because it didn't happen more than once for me, but it was pretty cool because you can bring back someone like that you really wanted to keep or that you really needed, you know, so... Okay, also, see how that goes.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Alright, we're about to go on our first adventure. So, let's bring our other two in the mix. Ooh, the usual suspects. Now this in the game, I looked up what it is. Literally, it's all cosmetic. I guess it's supposed to be like... it's supposed to be like funny things that kind of make you laugh and stuff. Like, you know, you've got your tank, your healer, you know, your magey dude and your rogue dude. So it's like the usual suspects, the ones you're usually going to see in these types of games, you know. So there's that. It's all cosmetic. It doesn't give you any buffs or anything. I find it a little bit silly, but it's a cool little thing, I guess. This part
The preparedness, measured now in gold. Later,
as to why the game kind of cut out. So, didn't realize it. The game stopped recording completely in the middle of playing. Unfortunately, it took off like probably a good hour and a half's worth of gameplay. So, and with this game, the way the saves are, auto-saves always, and you can't put it in multiple saves. It's only one at a time. And this game is a game that can get really annoying to start over, and you know, on top of playing the game, I still have to edit it. I still have to do all that schnazzy stuff because now I have editing software. Now I'm sorry if my editing is not very good, by the way, because I am learning right now. So I'm doing my best with what I have. So yeah, that's why it cut out. It just stopped recording on me, and I had no idea. And yeah, it really sucked. Really bad. I don't even know how it happened. I don't know if maybe I accidentally did something to make it stop recording, or what I did. Yeah. So, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to get as much footage. I made a second video, of gameplay, so we can get past all the boring shit, because the fun shit is when we go through the dungeons and stuff, and you really see me, you know, actually doing shit instead of telling you all this shit about everything in the beginning of the game. So I'm gonna try and do that. If I have to make it into videos, I will, and hopefully my little kind of tutorial video doesn't get ignored, but we'll see what happens. My gameplay videos haven't really been super duper popular, so we'll see. Yeah, so, alright. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this first video now, I think. I think I'm gonna use this to end my cutoff video, and then I'll make a second video and figure that shit out. And I'll just, you know, on YouTube it'll be different. It'll be 2 different videos that you'll have to watch, but at least on Steam I can put it all on the same blog so you guys can watch whichever one you want. You know, so it won't be too bad. Alright guys, well, I guess I'll stop recording this little bit right now. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, take it easy. Easy breezy beautiful cover girl.